In 2023, two federal agents on a routine operation in an undisclosed American location saw a massive, orange glowing sphere hovering in the evening sky. Within seconds, it began ejecting smaller red orbs, resembling a mothership launching a fleet of tiny scout crafts. The next day, a second team of agents witnessed the same event at a different location. Within 48 hours, 3 separate teams and 6 trained federal officers reported identical sightings of these glowing spheres. 2 years later, a senior intelligence official led a helicopter team back to those exact coordinates. They observed another orb hovering just above the ground, which instantly moved 20 miles away the moment the helicopter advanced, a speed that outpaced their own aircraft's tracking capabilities. These accounts are documented in sworn statements given to the U.S. government by trained federal agents. Their testimony forces a serious investigation into the nature of these objects and their origin. In 2026, the U.S. Department of War released a cache of 162 previously classified UFO files to the public. The release included dozens of videos and images from the FBI, the Pentagon, and NASA that had been kept secret for decades. This graph compares a standard flight path to an anomaly captured off the coast of Greece in 2023. Military infrared sensors tracked an object traveling at 80 miles per hour, suddenly turning 90 degrees on a dime. This maneuver violates the standard laws of inertia governing any known terrestrial aircraft or drone. Records show these sightings extend into space. In 1965, astronaut Frank Borman radioed ground control to report a bogey, military shorthand for an unidentified craft. While ground control suggested it was a discarded booster rocket, Borman confirmed he saw the booster separately and was tracking a distinct third object. During the 1969 Apollo 11 mission, Buzz Aldrin reported unexplained flashes of light inside the cabin. He later observed a large, sparkling light source on the lunar surface, a phenomenon that remains difficult to explain using the technology of the time. The U.S. government currently acknowledges over 400 documented cases that defy standard physical explanation. With these files now public, we are left to determine if these anomalies represent the first verifiable proof of extraterrestrial life. To identify what these objects actually are, we have to look past the shape of the crafts and focus on where they appear. A clear geographic pattern emerges from the data. This map plots major UFO sightings since 1947. Clusters appear in New Mexico, Germany, and along the Soviet border. Modern reports center on Iraq, Syria, and the Indo-Pacific. When we overlay the active footprint of U.S. military deployments, the dots match perfectly. During the Cold War, sightings concentrated along heavily contested borders, where the U.S. military maintained its highest concentration of radar and surveillance assets. The data suggests that these objects are primarily observed in proximity to American military installations, rather than appearing randomly across the global population. This geographic correlation has a historical precedent. In 1947, pilot Kenneth Arnold reported 9 objects flying over Washington state, which the press labeled flying saucers. Weeks later, a farmer in Roswell, New Mexico, discovered unusual debris in his field. The Army airfield initially issued a press release claiming they had recovered a flying disc. 1 day later, the military changed the official story, stating the debris belonged to a common weather balloon. Declassified files from 1994 revealed the truth. The Roswell debris was part of Project Mogul, a secret program using high-altitude balloons to monitor Soviet tests. The military discovered that public interest in extraterrestrials provided a convenient screen. It allowed them to test classified aviation technology without revealing their true capabilities to foreign adversaries. Applying this logic to the modern declassified files suggests a similar explanation. The objects observed in the Middle East and Japan often match the flight characteristics of advanced surveillance drones or classified aerospace projects. History shows that the visible artifacts of high-level espionage and classified testing are frequently categorized as unidentified anomalies by the public. Government investigators have reached similar conclusions. In 2024, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office published a report stating there is zero evidence that any sighted objects are extraterrestrial technology or involve the reverse engineering of alien crafts. NASA's own analysis confirms that most sightings can be traced back to terrestrial origins, specifically drones, weather balloons, satellites, or simple optical illusions. This raises the question of why the government continues to release raw, unexplained footage without providing the full context of their analysis. Releasing these files fuels speculation and conspiracy theories, which serves a strategic purpose. Maintaining a public focus on extraterrestrial mysteries diverts attention from earthly political scandals and failures. By publishing these files without analysis, the government maintains a useful smokescreen, using the enduring mystery of UFOs to guard earthly geopolitical advantages.